Join two sisters who explore the couples that fandoms adore. We write their stories in the night, in the glow of computer light. Eyes connect, clothing flies, in our head canon love never dies. Stencils that leave us pining, in deep forums we are mining. For this journey better strap in, because we all know that shit happens.
Welcome to the podcast that explores fandoms and the couples they can't stop dreaming about. I'm Rachel.
I'm Emily.
It's our summer fanfic book club, and this summer we are setting aside our quick visits into ships from across the internet to get hot and heavy with one specific ship in a very, very famous fanfic. And that is none other than All the Young Dudes by Miss King Bean 89.
Yes. In each episode, we are digging a bit more into the fic and its central ship, Wolfstar, or Remus, Lupin, and Sirius Black.
And before we get into today's episode, which we cover chapters 94 through 124, we're getting a little off.
Yeah, we
forget where exactly we're supposed to stop, and then we keep going a little bit further. But before we start, I feel like I had the unique opportunity, because I don't own the Harry Potter series, but I was at our parents' house. Oh yeah, we're sisters. Do we ever mention that? We keep forgetting. I mean, we don't forget we're sisters, but we forget to say that we're sisters. But I was at our parents' house, and they had of course, the series, because that's how we read them initially. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go through and reread some of the quintessential Wolfstar inspirational moments, as well as clear up some of the things that I had gotten wrong vis-a-vis Snivelus and some of his memories. So here is a new segment I'm calling Rachel's Canon Corner. It's going to be the one and only time it probably appears. And I think my delving into the ancient text of Harry Potter, I think I actually found a canonical error in All the Young Dudes, which I think is pretty impressive, because Miss King Bean, she's locked in. Mm-hmm. She says it's canon. What is it? Compliant, which is that's hard to do. So,
yeah.
Okay. First of all, I want to retract what I said last time, which I just don't think I came down hard enough on the Snape's worst memory prank, because that was low-key sexual assault. Not only when they turned him upside down and his little knickers were out, but as the scene was ending, Harry just kind of walks away. He's like, I don't need to see any more of this, because his dad is like, I'm going to pull down his underwear. And I'm like, whoa, that is not okay. And also, James, what? I thought he was supposed to be the straight one. I was like, yeah. That might have sparked some interesting AO3 slash searches, because I think this could actually be a little spicy, shame, awfulness.
Maybe. So did you find any?
No, because I didn't look that hard, but now it does pop up every time I search AO3 on Google. It's All the Young Dudes, James / Snape. I'm like, ooh, because everybody's looking over my shoulder, obviously. But that was not one of my prouder searches on AO3.
Yeah. Well, do you know who James is shipped with a lot?
Regis Black?
Yeah, Regulus.
Yeah, whatever his name, Regis.
Yeah, Regis.
Yeah. But I thought there could be I just thought shame thing, degradation thing going on there. I don't know. I thought you could do something with it. For a second I was like, oh, maybe and I was like, no, I'm not. But anyways.
No.
That's too much for me, considering when I even get a little bit with, drinking game. I wasn't planning on it, but I'm dabbling into the writing. When I write anything that's the least bit spicy, I literally close my eyes. I can't watch the words appear on the screen. That's how repressed I am. Call me serious, because I am repressed. Anyways, speaking of Sirius Black, the other thing I want to point out is that The Prisoner of Azkaban as a book slaps. I always thought that one was my favorite, but I didn't really know why. And now that I'm looking back on it and rereading the sections, it was the Marauders this whole time. I loved finding out about the coat and the Marauders map and all this stuff. And I was just like, oh, it's so cool. I just was finding out all this lore behind the story. And apparently a lot of other people thought the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
because that's what inspired this whole fandom. And I will say that I was literally tee-heeing when Snape confiscates the Marauders map at some point and tries to get it to work. And then it's just like, Mr. Prongs thinks you suck. And then it'd be like, Mr. Patfoot agrees and thinks that he needs to go take a bath. And like things like that. And I was just like, this is hilarious, because imagine you think you just have a little like students prank, and then all of a sudden your schoolyard bullies from decades ago start bullying you on a piece of paper. I was just like, this is great. I love it.
Not like a little kind of a trauma response.
Right. Because Harry's like,
you thought you were over it.
Why was Snape acting that way when he was reading it? I'm like, because they literally were about to pull his pants off in front of everybody. Anyways, and then there was like a little throwaway line in The Prisoner of Azkaban 2 that I thought was interesting, because everybody talks about J.K. Rowling as, oh, this mastermind of story construction, which she is. I hate to say it. The books were still good. Like the little snippets I read, I was like, damn, I'm going to have to reread this at some point in my life. Anyways, everybody likes to say that she has the whole thing planned out, wrote the last chapter. She was pantsing it a little bit, I will say, because when talking about Harry's dad, Lupin says, oh, he never liked your dad. He was maybe jealous of his Quidditch ability. And I was like, that's not at all why he didn't like James. Yeah. And like, to me, that says that Mrs. Rowling, Joanne herself, she didn't know that Snape was in love with Lily at that point of writing the books. There you go.
Maybe. Or Lupin was lying, but why would he lie? Why wouldn't he just be like, yeah, he was friends with your mom, and then your mom liked James more?
Yeah, I thought the same thing, as like maybe Lupin was trying to cover it up. Maybe he was trying to protect Harry from the bullying, the extent of the bullying, but that's probably what it was. But I thought that read odd, because there was like, in no world was Snape a Quidditch guy.
Like, why does he care? Yeah.
Right. And that leads me to my last conspiracy, aka what I thought might be a canon inaccuracy in All the Young Dudes. But when I was going through all of Snape's memories, he mentions Sirius trying to feed him to werewolf Lupin. He mentions that while apologizing to Lily for the mudblood incident, which I was like, wait a minute. In All the Young Dudes, those sequence of events are flip-flopped, right? Don't they do that? And then at the very, very end of the years, when he tries to feed him to Remus?
Yes. Yeah. It's all kind of like coming to a head. So it's
building.
Right. The prank or whatever, the worst memory was first. And then it was him trying to feed him to Remus. I think when I was looking up what the worst memory was, there was some discussion in what order this all happened. Well, this is maybe flipped.
Yep. Okay. I'm glad I called that out, because how could he be telling her how awful they were by trying to feed him to the werewolf Lupin if that had not already happened? So that's my little update of revisiting Harry Potter in the actual books and canon that we were a little fuzzy on last time.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to have to know a whole lot about Harry Potter.
No.
Besides my general
understanding,
vague knowledge of what happens. Yeah.
Correct.
I don't have exact recall of scenes. I guess specifically that scene, maybe some other scenes.
Well, especially because they were like in the last books, and those are the books you were like trying to read as fast as possible. But anyways, we are taking our time with this fanfic, and we are diving into it and discussing it. So things are maybe sticking a little bit better in our heads. But this section, we are talking about chapters 94 through 124. And as you said, we did it again. We went over slightly, but I felt like it was a good cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, literally, because it's part one of multiple parts. So I was a little spoiled because I was reading Rachel's notes and I was like, this hasn't happened. Uh-oh. What is she talking about?
Sorry, it was immediacy bias as well, because I had just read it. And I was ooh, this is the most
about to get serious
exciting thing that's happened. No, it's far from the most exciting thing that happens. So this one covers all of year 6, and then we get halfway into year 7. And
the Christmas.
Basically, the majority or the meat of this section is just Wolfstar, right?
Yeah. Finally
we get some spice, which we'll talk about. But after I finished and I was looking back, like the standout memories or takeaway was Wolfstar for the most part.
Yeah, that's most of the highlights here. So no Wolfstar section because that was basically all of it.
The whole thing.
But
so let's talk about Wolfstar because I spent a lot of time talking about like Harry Potter. So let's just dive into it, right? Because this is what the people want. This is what they're here for. And so let's say that this section, Wolfstar started off feeling a little yucky.
Not what you really want to see.
No, it felt maybe true to the experience of being young gay person.
It felt realistic to, like
in the characters.
To the time period, to the characters, to teens, and they're not really going to know how to navigate feelings,
and
especially
urges.
feelings they're told not to have.
Right.
Yeah.
So we never said what exactly happens, but they start off as sneaky links, as the kids would say. Yeah. They were wrestling, and then Sirius pins him down. And as I was like reading this, I was like, ugh, because I was like, intimacy. Close my eyes. But yeah, then they hooked up.
They started just kind of hooking up. Yeah, Sirius breaks up with Mary officially, and then just kind of hops literally into Remus's bed.
Right.
And they just kind of go from there. They both establish that they're not gay. Remus is just like, yeah, sure, okay.
Yeah, there's no gay behavior going on at all. They're just two straight dudes messing around.
Yeah, just a goofy thing they do secretly. While Sirius just continues to date around and Remus feels bad about it.
Yeah. And I mean, how could you not? He just feels like he's using him a little bit. Like, oh, he's off dating girls and like getting with girls. And those are the ones he's really interested in like being with. And then he just comes around because he knows I'll get him off. Right. That's, I think it's something along those lines because I'm not easy, but like available. Something like that. And it was just like, Remus, don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is the only way it'll happen. But he does eventually calls it off, comes into his own.
Yes, he's like, I'm going to have some self-respect and not be strung along like this. But yeah, this whole part of the story was definitely giving off good luck, babe vibes. I just kept singing it as I was going around because that's where my head was at. And while it was maybe not the most healthy, I could say it was a little bit hot, right?
I mean, they seemed, other than the emotional part, they seemed to have a good time.
And it's just with fiction, you get to explore things that necessarily you wouldn't want to be involved with in real life. And if you get past the emotional part of it, it was could be kind of cute.
Especially over the Christmas they spend together. Remus can't go anywhere because of, I guess, werewolf stuff. And he's homeless. He's been kicked out of his home. He's too old. So Sirius hangs out with them, and they kind of have a little domestic almost. It's kind of like they're together because they don't have to be so secretive and
snuggle.
Yeah.
And do like the cutesy things and some not cutesy things, which they sneak out to go to one of the bars and they get blasted. And then in the secret tunnel on the way back. Yep. I don't even want to read what I wrote.
I'm too awkward about it. The actual things that are happening is very vague,
which I thought was tasteful. I appreciated it, especially when it comes to minors,
to teens. Yeah. I was wondering because there's like a content warning thing that AO3 does where you have to like opt into reading mature material.
Yes.
But I wouldn't necessarily have this. I feel like this is like almost YA appropriate.
That's what I thought too. Maybe it'll get more graphic as it goes on because it's rated mature, and I was like, mature. I would consider mature to be like explicit, like descriptions of the acts.
Right.
But anyways, this is the part where Remus calls it off after this. Like all his friends come back and this little intimacy bubble is burst, and he's like, yeah, this isn't. This is not going.
But he said there's so many things I can't control that are terrible. He's like, I could let me end this one thing that is making me feel bad that I have control over.
And he does it while drunk on his birthday, right?
Yes.
Because oh my God, isn't Sirius like, hey, wait up, babe, or telling his girlfriend he's going to catch up with her later and then sneaking upstairs with Remus for some quick action to then go meet his girlfriend or I care something like that. He was going to go hook up with his girlfriend later or something. And Remus is like, dude, this is not okay.
Yeah. He's like, go back to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or they had been in a fight or something. He's like, don't be up here.
Right. And that's where it's kind of like, that's where I think it's a little bit kind of sexy again, where he wants him, even though it's like, He's like, he can't not come after me and check on my feelings, even though his girlfriend's waiting for him in the astronomy tower. There's some appeal to it, obviously. But then again, Remus is putting himself in this position, and that's not to say he doesn't have options.
No, he has options.
There's like, okay, the biggest thing I thought, like, I squealed, is that a word? I squealed. Remus loses his P in the V card to the biggest baddie in the school. Mary just decides she wants to hook up with him one day when everybody else is at Hogsmeade, and then he has sex.
It's like, yeah, why not? Yeah,
with her and her jiggly breast or something like that.
Which this made me think, because there's a lot of hooking up. Like Sirius is hooking up, James and Lily, they get there. They're all like mixing and matching. Peter's getting it. Is there magical contraception?
There has to be something from the herbology or whatever.
Yeah, because it has not come up. Remus didn't mention it.
It's fantasy.
Whenever I read stuff with kids or teens, it's just like, are you being safe?
Are you being safe, you little wizards? Which is also funny because this is vastly different than the world that J.K. Rowling put together.
Oh,
for
yeah.
YA book. But also I feel like it's a little bit more accurate.
Yeah.
Boarding school, all these kids are alone away from their families.
Their
parents.
Not very much
adult oversight.
There's authority figures are just other teens.
Right. And then one of them, she's like at the party getting drunk. So like who's gonna snitch on you?
Apparently there's not a whole lot of other responsible people around if James is getting prefect. Like there's
I thought that was a head boy. I thought that was utterly bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's supposed to show us that he's maturing, but he's still going around doing pranks and throwing ragers. So
yeah.
We'll see. But okay, speaking of children,
had assaulted a student the year before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. Don't think about all that. Yep. But speaking of children authority figures, another one is a guy named Christopher who I have such a soft spot for. I'm like, little Christopher. He is another Gryffindor who is gay and is maybe not so good at hiding it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows except for him. He said he was the last one to find out or something like that, right? Anyways, and he's crushing on Remus. We've known that for a couple years now.
Yeah.
But this is the year he actually like takes him aside and he comes out to him and he's like, I'm glad that of anybody to tell you're one of them. It's like a friend, you're my friend and all this stuff. And it was very sweet. Oh, but he also kissed him, didn't he? And
yes.
That was a good scene too. I like that.
I like that scene too.
Yes.
We'll hit on it. It's one of my highlights of this section.
Okay, then we'll save it for later.
What exactly makes it so good? Yeah.
I know. Oh, my sweet little baby angel, Christopher.
I do like Christopher too. I like Chris.
He's out there doing something good with his life, I bet. His time will come. And then also Grant comes back in the picture.
Oh yeah, more options for Remus.
I mean, he's never not had options. Like no. Oh my gosh, he's just like always crushable. I know I would have a crush on him if I was a student at Hogwarts. Tall,
lanky, secretive.
That's my type.
Got something going on.
I was
Why
like,
is he always in the hospital wing?
When he's bookish, right? He's smart. He leads that study group. He like helps out people. I don't know. He just seems like an all around good egg. Considering he's got a rough backstory. He's got trauma. Come on, everybody loves that.
It all tracks.
That's my exact brand of heroin, Emily. You had me at tall and gay, right? It's like, yes.
We just got there.
Anyways, so they track down him at some point.
Grant down. Yes. Yes. And Sirius comes with. I didn't understand how the compass thing indicated that Grant was in trouble, but Remus wants to find him. He thinks he's in trouble, so they go track him down. He's not doing so good. No. I did not clock that he was 15 and homeless, basically. So they help him out and get him on a train somewhere better. And then it seems like he's doing better later.
And then there's like all this tension too with like
they know
because
Grant knows what's going on
because Remus has like cried to Grant about Sirius, and then Sirius, as their intimacy and like emotional bond grows, hears about Remus's relationship with Grant. So it's kind of like a cute little love triangle thing. Remus has got that going on, but he's also got a lot of other heavy stuff going on because he is kicked out of St. Edmunds, right? Yes. He's on his own. He's homeless now. Sorry, man.
They go camping. He's like, maybe they'll let me keep a tent.
Like, so bleak. And he also gets a letter as part of his like goodbye package.
His inheritance, yeah.
And he got a letter that his mom wrote him that nobody thought to share with him before, but
or like her name. Yeah, I was like, what is in this? I guess she is open to meeting him in the future if he chooses to find her. And I guess he has her first and last name now, so maybe he can...
Correct.
Her, like, maiden name, so maybe he can track her down. He finds Grant with, like, less than that, so...
True.
He could.
Yeah, just get the compass out again. But I did want to point out that I did go look at those, like, collections of one-shots that Miss Kingbean 89 had, and the very first one is from Remus's mom. So I started reading it a little bit, but I ran out of time. But I thought that was cute. It's not as much serious as I would have wanted, but there is at least one entry from him.
Oh, okay. In the short stories.
Yes, in the short stories.
Okay. I wasn't sure if you meant serious, like the person or the word.
Oh, that is a running gag for sure.
Well, yeah,
deadly serious.
Yeah.
When he's learning how to throw a punch.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got his family stuff going on, and then like kind of along with that, Remus meets his first werewolf outside of him.
Outside of himself.
Well. Yeah. His first. He smells her and he kind of tracks her down, or she kind of tracks him down. Because he has to prepare to meet Greyback eventually. And that kind of like puts him on a path. He sees his kind of potential future or what could happen to him. And it kind of helps him decide what he wants to do with his life, and that he had committed to fighting in the war already, but he just kind of did it because he didn't really have any other plans.
Right. He's like, my friends are doing it. I'm just going to go ahead and
I guess
sign
I'll
up
do it too. But now he's like, well, I'm going to fight in this war, and I'm going to fight in it to make the world a better place, specifically for werewolves. So he says, if Dumbledore wants me to be a spy for him or whatever, I need him to commit to helping out werewolf kind. Voldemort can only recruit them because they're already disenfranchised.
Correct. And didn't he say he wants amnesty for them all on the other side too?
Yeah, for like Greybacks. But yeah, not the ones that maybe are specifically murdering, but maybe the rest of the ones in the pack and stuff.
Which is also funny that the werewolf like sniffed out that he was gay or something.
Well, she saw him.
Well, she saw him with Sirius, but they weren't like making out in the bar.
No, they did. No, he got like all heated because he could smell another werewolf. Oh. So they like went into an alley and like made out or something.
Oh, okay.
And so she saw that and was like, hey, we're open-minded in the werewolf pack.
Yeah, she's like, we got something to your taste. I thought that was very progressive.
Yes. Like, Andrea sent me so that I could seduce you, maybe. But then he's talking about how she's covered in dirt and smells bad. And it's like, you couldn't have taken a shower first. Like, if that was going to be your plan of attack, I feel like you could have tried a little harder. Yeah. But I don't know, teen boys, maybe.
Well, maybe she tried the first time. And then she saw him was making out with a dude. And then she was like,
I'm okay, I never mind.
I can go be filthy.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, I think also she wasn't trying to seduce him in wolf form.
Oh, maybe.
They were howling to each other or something.
Yeah. All right. That's all the serious stuff. Let's get to the fun stuff.
The fun stuff. So, okay. It was a lot of time spent in the summer of 1977 on this camping trip that the Marauders and their lady counterparts took.
And Dorcas.
Poor Dorcas.
But yeah, a lot goes down. A lot of serious moves are made.
Definitely. And I will say before we get all those serious, no, I'm serious. All those moves were made. I was waiting for all the young dudes, the song to be in the story. And there it was. It was while they were all together drunk on the beach singing all the young dudes.
I thought that was nice. It was a good use because it's right before something
huge happens.
Big happens.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was like while they're there and they're like, I love you guys. You know, you're my very best friends. It felt very, I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before they were over. Or, you know, something like that when they were happening. What's that quote? Something like that. Yeah. And I was just like, man, why is this making me nostalgic for being a teen? I hated it. But maybe if I was a gay wizard, it would have been better. and there was a war to fight in.
Yeah, I don't know.
I never had any secret tryst or anything. Maybe that was where I went wrong. I played it too safe.
Remus is always going through it, so I don't know. But yeah, the first thing, I feel like, well, I guess it's not the first thing, but what becomes legit, James and Lily officially get together.
Like, get together.
Finally. Get together.
But James,
yeah, there was some
kiss
like
and tell.
tent politics happening where they're like, this is who we're like, James and Sirius are going to be together, and then Remus and Peter are going to be together, and the girls are all going to be together, and then it's like, that's not happening. We know it's not happening.
No.
So that's kind of the first split. Yeah, James and Lily bunk up.
Yes, James and Lily and Peter and Dorcas, and then the girls, the leftovers.
The girls are fine. Yeah,
and that just leaves
Remus and Sirius.
Remus and Sirius, which that becomes even more complicated because while they're sitting around, there's a bonfire, right? Or did I make that up?
Yeah.
There's a bonfire. Poor little Dorcas is trying to understand everybody. She doesn't know them.
Like what's happening, what the deal is.
Yeah, so she's asking Remus questions and she's like, "Oh, do you have a girlfriend?" And he was like, "No." And then for whatever reason she said, "Have you ever had a girlfriend?" Which I thought was a little strange. And then he goes, "No." And then she asks him, "Why not?" And again, this is not how any normal conversation goes, but good for you, Dorcas, because that is the moment that Remus is like, "You know what? Fuck it. These are my best friends. Why am I hiding myself from them?" And he goes, "Because I'm gay." And I went, like, I was listening to it while I was driving, and I just like, I was so excited for him. Well, and nervous, but I was just like, wow, that's a big moment.
Yeah. And it all goes well. I was worried about Peter. I figured the rest would be fine.
Well, yeah, because Peter's the most sus of everybody.
He's the most sus. I figured the tent situation wasn't going to happen. So I was like, maybe he's going to be weird about it. And that's why Sirius ends up in his tent. But no, he feels like a little weird about it, but not like super weird. You're not like,
well, because he's never going to go against James. And as you wrote in the notes, James is a hashtag ally.
James goes so hard for Remus from jump. He's like pulling everybody aside. He's just like,
be cool.
He's like, be cool.
Do not be a jerk about this. So even if Peter felt odd about it, like he wasn't going to go against what James was telling him. Yeah. So
he slips up like a little bit, and James is like, we're having
we got to go talk right now.
Yeah.
Good for James, just like the purest of heart.
I feel like any opportunity to show that he is just the best friend possible, he is like, this is my time to shine.
Yes. Oh,
he's like, I need everyone to. Yep. Like, I can support my friend in a new way. Let's do it.
And he also pulled Sirius aside and like lectured him.
He told Sirius to be normal too,
which was funny.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah.
And
because
you would think that maybe if he was struggling with this part of himself, that maybe he would be more inclined to lash out or like try to make a big deal about it. But he also surprisingly does well with this new thing. And
yeah, it goes extra good with Sirius because it kind of knocks some sense into it. Like, I don't know. It helps him realize what he's got going on. And then him and Remus have a heart-to-heart about what they were doing, what it meant to each of them. And kind of they cleared up some misinterpretations.
Right, which I cleared up some misinterpretations because I was kind of like, Sirius is kind of a jerk. And then he was like, I mean, his actions are still, not great, but he was not just using Remus, which was nice.
He says he kept going with girls because he could see how that was supposed to go, right? You date them, you get married, babies, whatever. He's like, I don't know what a future with you looks like. And so that kind of freaked him out. But he had the feelings. Yes. And he just took him longer to come to terms with what he was feeling.
Well, yeah, even
Remus had Grant to help him out.
Right.
Sirius didn't have anybody. Yeah.
Right. And even back in Christmas, they have a little convo where Remus fesses up that he slept with Mary because Mary is Sirius's ex. And he was like, and Sirius is like, what do you think? What did you think? And he was like, it wasn't as good as when you and I are together. And Sirius goes, yeah, I agree. And it was just like, okay. But he's like, that's just because we understand each other so well. We know each other so well. Okay. But he also, even at the time they're at the beach, with his family stuff and his, he keeps saying aerostatic upbringing or whatever. he's like, I'm not ready to be shouting it from the rooftops yet. So I think they agreed to carry on in secrecy, but Sirius would lay off the ladies.
Right. They commit to actually being a couple, to all be like dating, but in secret.
Correct. And they admit that they fancy each other. I remember that.
They own up to their feelings, and Remus is like, I didn't end it because us being together made me feel bad. It was because I had feelings for you and you were sleeping with other people or dating other people. Like, that was the part. So they had to clear like that up. Sirius is like, I was only doing that because of that's what people expect of me. Oh, and there was a terrible moment. What is it? I think it's like Lily is like, Sirius only dates half-bloods and stuff. He only dates people that would piss his family off. And Remus is like, well, I'm a man and a werewolf.
She even says if there was a vampire here, he would be sleeping with them. And then that's what I picked that up as well. Like, whereas like he was just like, I'm the worst of the worst. So of course he's gonna
that's why he's doing it.
Be grinding up all on me in my 4-post bed or whatever. But kind of tremulous. What is it? Turbulent. And then it gets a little bit smoother sailing. And at the very end, Sirius is like, oh, by the way, I'm going to tell James over Christmas break. And I was like, again, I'm doing my little hand wringing thing. Like, yay. I'm so excited. Because that's going to blow James's mind. Right? Like I'm just like excited for his journey. Anyways. And while this is all going on, war is happening in the background.
The war. Yeah. So this, not as prevalent, I feel, as in previous sections. But yes, you get more werewolves, as obviously there's a werewolf in Hogsmeade and someone is murdered. So you get more anti-werewolf sentiment just in Hogwarts. That's like sad to hear.
Yeah. His Remus. Friends. Yeah.
Yeah. Or talk about the registry and stuff. You get confirmation that Reggie has the dark mark. He is a Death Eater. He's not fighting the family, which what's he going to do? Kid's 16.
Yeah.
Can all be serious.
But getting a tattoo at 16, oof. No, just kidding. That's not ideal, man. Reggie, what you doing? And then, of course, the big finale, right? The cliffhanger is they're all in Hogsmeade, and then there's apparently a terrorist attack.
Yep. Bombs go off. Blow up a lot of...
Are they bombs or are they spells? I don't know. I just wrote bombs because that's all my
it was
sad little muggle mind can comprehend. Yeah. And I was like, well, I didn't know this is how wizards waged war, but okay, I'm down. Mm-hmm. I'm rolling with it. Okay. And that is a good transition into our danger rating, right? From 1, which is our cozy Hogwarts, to 10. Oh lordy, old Voldy is at the door. And last time it was a 7. I feel like, man, except for the bombs, I feel like it's just only moving up to an 8, right?
Right. It's not an escalation, really, from what was happening
killing a kid
last time. Yeah. It's like in terribleness, it's just getting closer.
Yes, the terribleness is getting closer. And I feel like it's not the dread or the fear that Harry Potter had because, he was coming for him. Yeah. It's not personal yet. Where bad things are happening, they're increasing in frequency and they're happening more closely around them. But at the same time, it's like Voldemort isn't like, oh, I'm going to go get little Remus Lupin, you know? Yeah. So it's
none of these people are on his radar at all.
Right. Yeah. So it's just keep your head down, whatever. It's a little bit less scary. Mm-hmm. It's like, yes, you're living in war-torn wizarding England, but it's not the same.
So yeah, let's get into our standout moments. What parts do we particularly like?
Christmas stood out to me in the camping. Were kind of the 2 big ones, but there was more just overall because I enjoyed the Wolfstar.
Just got some good character moments, them being together, actually building out the ship.
Very rewarding to see, finally.
Yes. So little bits that I liked, just little scenes. So we talked about when Chris shoots his shot with Remus, which he does, gets let down. But doing this, so it's after a study session. Sirius has snuck in under the invisibility cloak. He's not supposed to be there. He's hiding because he's going to get detention or whatever. So he's there. Remus knows he's there. Chris obviously does not. So Chris shoots his shot, also tells Remus, it's obvious that you have feelings for Sirius and you can do better. He kind of just reads him like in front of his face on accident. But he says, you deserve someone who actually like cares for you as much as you care for them.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah, he's right, Sirius.
yeah, take that.
So I like that. I do like Chris, and then I liked that. And I think it's just inching Sirius towards this. Also, we never talked about they're reunited. By the end, cause the end of this last section we read, Remus didn't want anything to do with Sirius.
Oh yeah, I kind of missed how that happened again, and like he helped him heal himself, and then they were friends.
Yeah, I think he just kind of got tired of it. It's like, this is too awkward.
They just can't keep apart. They always find their way back to each other.
So I liked that scene, and then I also liked the scene after he meets the lady werewolf. The werewolves have special powers. They can do wandless magic or something. We should have checked if this was canon or fanon. I feel like this is fanon. I don't think Remus does anything particularly special in the books.
Yeah, I think that Dumbledore says what she's telling you is just like what normal dark wizards do. And I do remember there was magic in the series where they were like, you could eventually cast spells without talking and things like that.
Yes. Right. I don't know, but can we trust Dumbledore?
No.
I don't know. Yeah. But so things are going south, and who shows up to save him but Moody and the hot professor. I was excited. He was back.
Oh, yeah.
He's back for a moment. I'm still worried about him. I think it's only a matter of time.
Right.
But
he's going to get werewolfed bad.
Oh,
but it's
yeah,
nice to have some crushable characters for us grown-ass adults.
Yeah. Especially when he's nice with kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he shows up, him and Moody save Remus. He then whops Remus like a backside of his head. Just kind of like whacks him.
What are you doing?
Like, what are you thinking? So relatable. And then Remus like storms out and goes, "You're not my dad."
Yeah, I thought that was funny. You're not my dad.
You're not my dad.
As if you didn't want to call him daddy like 2 sections ago. Stop, Remus. But also like Ferox is like pretty good, but he was also a little too invested in who Remus like love life or whatever, who the children were dating. I was like, okay, back up, dude.
So like we said, kind of in this moment is like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm fighting for werewolf rights. And he's like, ooh, what brought the change? Is it a girlfriend?
Yeah, he's like, you got more confident and you talk more.
But yeah, and this is what he's hooking up with Sirius. But no, he's just grown up.
Yeah.
Also, this scene, he talks to Dumbledore because he says, I will do your little werewolf spying, but these are my conditions. This is what I want. Dumbledore doesn't commit to anything. But it's just like a hint at what Dumbledore has going on. And this is all because of the books. But he just uses children. Because it brings up, like, is this the only reason he's helping Remus? Is it because he wants a werewolf on the inside?
Right. Like, is that the only reason he pulled them from St. Edmundson? And like this whole series is happening.
Right. That he's, like, providing for him to go to school. They're, like, protecting him.
Just so he can have a double agent.
Yeah.
Because that's
just so now he's like indebted.
That's literally what the man does, right? Like,
exactly.
Is Dumbledore a sociopath? Because he seems to just use people as pawns on his board. And I can say that after rereading Snape's like memories section of the Deathly Hallows. And Snape's like, you raised this boy to kill and at the right time. And Dumbledore's like, what about it, fool? You're going to kill me now. It was just like, man.
Yeah.
What is Dumbledore's deal?
Messed up.
Okay. Let's keep rolling.
Yep. And then last little moment I liked. So I don't have anything that's like Wolfstar, like the little Wolfstar moments. I love to like go collect the little bits where you're like, oh, there's something there. And that's like over because they're together. But there was this cute little moment when Remus and Sirius tracked down Grant. Like I said, I do like the little triangle thing they got going on. But Remus, he's going to watch over Grant at night because he was like drunk and he's not eating and he's hurt. So Remus says, Sirius, like, you can leave. They're about to go back to Hogwarts the next day. He's like, you're not going to be stuck here all day. You can leave. I'm just going to watch over him. And Sirius says, well, I'm going to watch over you.
No.
Oh, that was cute.
That is. I don't feel like Sirius is really able to watch over anybody. He doesn't seem very functional, but the sentiment was very nice.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that section as well. I just thought it was a little sad because I hated to see Grant in that position. Yeah. But what else did we expect, honestly? He's a 15-year-old with no job prospects in education.
Right, because he's been out for 2 years. He got kicked out of the system at 15. Yeah, like he can't get a job.
Yeah. Oh no. What is he supposed to do?
Family won't help him out. Yeah, but hopefully it's looking up for him. We'll see.
While things are bad, let's talk about our like low-key complaint section where there's like maybe things that we didn't like or that like stood out to us as a bit odd.
Yeah, so I have 2. They're not really necessarily complaints, just kind of things that I've needed something put here, I guess. So I'm not complaining, but I will say in this section, not a whole lot of plot.
Right.
But, it's because we're finally at the Wolfstar, and she's just giving the people what they want. What we've been waiting for.
But we've patiently been reading hundreds of thousands of words for.
Yeah.
And yeah, I noticed that too because I was trying to write the outline. I'm like, what happened? Like, I don't feel like there's like a lot moving forward, but there was a lot that happened.
But it's mostly, relationship focused, which is good. It was nice. I like that too.
Yep.
I also, something I noticed every once in a while when it's convenient, Remus like smells or senses magic. It's the, do werewolves have power? Like he was able to apparate really fast because he could like sense the flow of magic. And I just feel like that maybe should have came up earlier.
Yeah.
Or it's like his werewolf stuff. It just comes up sometimes, but you think it would be more frequent. And I feel like because it wasn't a thing until she needed to be at that moment.
Right. And I mean,
fine.
like, he's just a good student, so he could have just been good at magic.
Right.
Because, like, the anger and stuff they explained away, is it just being his natural personality based on his dad? And I didn't even catch some of these references before, so he started talking about smelling magic, and I was, like, serious. I was like, you could smell magic?
Right. It's like sometimes he smells things. Sometimes he
can like hear people's heartbeats.
Sense, yeah, but it's not all the time. Or he's not thinking about it all the time. I guess because it's like normal to him, maybe. But
yeah, or it's like maybe it's tied to the moon. But it's also like he's getting snuck up on a lot at times. So it's just kind of like where are the wolf senses?
Yeah,
Snape always just sees popping out at him. He like never sees that man coming.
So maybe just some like consistency there, but it's fan fiction. I'm not mad at it.
Right. It's like, again, and I don't even have any complaints myself because I'm just slooping up everything she feeds me. So maybe I need to think more critically about this as we go forward. Nah.
Is that fun? Here for a fun time.
Yeah, it's summer, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, and same because not a lot of plot happened. We didn't really have a lot for the canon or fanon scenario, but I did have to look up. Did Death Eaters bomb Diagon Alley? Like, I read that and I was like, what? This doesn't feel like Harry Potter at all. And truly, it is canon-ish. Like, apparently, old Lordy Voldy blew up a lot of stuff. And his big way of waging war was, like, guerrilla style, where they're just, like, terrorist style. So I was like, okay, what happened in the first Wizarding War? Because basically all I remember from the second one is Voldemort wanted to kill Harry. Boom, bang, that's his objective. I'm like, what the hell is happening? What is the point of this? I learned that he was out there just sowing chaos and Dumbledore raised an army to fight back, but apparently most of them died. I don't know. We'll get into that here. I was like, but where's the government? I just like, why is this random headmaster raising an army of probably students? Like recent grads. I guess the ministry was infiltrated, right? You never knew who really was a Death Eater. But they would just go sneaking around at night and kill people. They just try to scare them into...
To what end? I guess it's to make them scared of you.
Right.
So then you can just do whatever you want.
So because his objective, which was to take over the entire world, Emily, not the Wizarding world, not England, everybody. And he wanted to eradicate all mudbloods or mixed bloods. And he wanted to enslave all of us muggles. To do what? I don't know. Nobody knows. Don't they already have a slave race of the house elves? Also, aren't there way more of us than them? Like, how are they? Like, how does that even work? I don't know. It just, everything else I feel like is so neat with Joanne. This one was not.
Well, he didn't get very far.
He really didn't. When a baby sabotages your plans, it's just like, what are you doing? And wouldn't it have been easier for him to like go through the ministry? Because wasn't he like from a snooty family or something? I don't remember.
Right. He was from an orphanage or whatever. If I remember that scene from a movie, or I might be confusing it with fucking Grindelwald. Like I don't. It might be from the new movie.
I've never seen the one I saw. Bounce it off me. I'll tell you if it sounds familiar or not.
No, I think it was Dumbledore. I feel like Dumbledore goes to an orphanage and he picks out a creepy kid. And I think the creepy kid is Tom Riddle. Maybe it's from the movie with the snake.
Nagini.
Chamber of Secrets. No, the Basilisk. Chamber of Secrets. I feel like he is also like a half-blood or something.
Yeah, I think his mom, one of them was from a big family, a fancy family, and the other one was a muggle.
Maybe.
I believe.
Little bastard child.
Which I think is like from the Triwizard Tournament one, Goblet of Fire, because he's out there like chilling in that house, right? I think that book opens with him going in and killing somebody in that house with the snake. And then that's where they take his father's grave or something, is where he takes Cedric and Harry.
Wow.
I have to read that section next and provide an update.
What is Voldemort's deal? Maybe he'll get into it. Probably not.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he's just bad. Just bad's for bad's sake.
He's bad. Yeah. I do wonder, because I was thinking about this today, if we're like, this is a war. I think maybe as Americans, we're used to war happening in other places.
Right.
Whereas someone who maybe is in England, which is much closer to like Ireland, more like that.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't England
there.
setting off car bombs in Ireland. It was the oppressed
it was
people.
the Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I don't understand. It seems like it would look more like maybe some stuff that's happened in other parts of Europe, or maybe that like want to be happening here, where it's like you then use the masses to find a position of power that you then exploit.
Right.
But
his people are the powerful people, because they're the
I don't know why he just doesn't become
who's
Minister
holding
of
them
Magic.
accountable? Right. Like they wouldn't even. They could just be doing murders. No one's going to hold them accountable if they have
Right.
money
Or
and the
he could
power.
like stick one of the purebred people up there and then just like be the puppet master pulling strings behind the scene. Right. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing with Harry Potter, is that they go through these two big uprisings and things, and you can just never trust the Ministry, and they don't even sort that out.
Well, yeah.
It's like the same system in the end.
Like Harry works for it. He's like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I guess all the bad ones are dead now.
Yeah. And this was going to be the organization that took over all of the world.
Yeah.
Stop. Okay.
All right. Books for children.
Yeah, we're good. It's just bad for bad sake, essentially.
Yeah. They're just evil. You don't have to think that much about it.
Okay. That's kind of like our meat of our discussion. So let's get into our quick segments. First off, Peter Watch. How are we feeling about him? What's the vibes?
It's more of the same. He's kind of on the outskirts. Is this the section? I'm getting the things wrong. Where he like breaks up with his girlfriend for like a couple of weeks, and then Remus finds out about it, and he's like, "We've been broken up for weeks."
I think that was maybe last section or the beginning of this one. That's where they start to blur together.
That's because Remus was like, "Ooh, I better start paying attention to him because I'm homeless."
Yeah, because the homeless
like, I need my
happened.
friends to like me still.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that
Not good.
the resentment might be growing, or some shame as well, because he can't apparate. He's the last one to not be able to apparate, and so he has to take the night bus everywhere. Embarrassing.
And then pick your girlfriend up on the bus.
Yeah. Oh, poor little Peter. But then also he's starting to call them out, because normally he's just there and you just like forget about him. But in this case, he was like, yo, guys, why does nobody care? Because it was after James had hooked up with Lily and they were all like teasing him. He's like, doesn't anybody want to know what Dorcas and I did? And I thought they were going to make a joke because they had to put the silencing charm on his tent, that they're like, oh, we all heard what you and Dorcas did last night, Peter. But no, they just straight up ignored him. And nobody responded. I was like, damn, I would have hard feelings too. Okay, so it's like a little bit more of his villain origin story.
Talking about villains.
Right.
Next, watch Snape. What's Snape up to?
We don't know.
This chunk, like nothing. MIA. He does not show up until the very last chapter.
Right. He corners Remus in Diagon Alley, and maybe he does like that TikTok book boyfriend hand over him. I thought like maybe I'm reading too much AO3. Anyways, but no, he just shows up with a bunch of silver and is like, ooh, because he knows for sure now. And then all of a sudden, bombs start going off, and I was like, Snivelus did that. He is definitely part of it. We know he's a Death Eater at some point, and I feel like he planted those bombs. So I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Keeping an eye out.
Yep.
That's our watches.
And now we got our counts.
Not a lot of advancement there, but yeah, our counts, our cry count.
Speaking of eyes, keeping an eye out. Did you have any cries this section?
I had no cries this section. There was close when Remus read the letter from his mom. It got close.
Okay.
Didn't quite make it.
I had one kind of moment where I got emotional, like teary-eyed. And that's when Remus came out. I was like, I'm proud of you, sir. Like, live your truth.
Yay.
So, for those of us at home keeping track, that means Emily has cried 3 times.
3.
And I have cried 2. So,
Nice.
we are getting going. Okay.
I think next 2, I think it's getting serious.
Things are going to fall apart and it's going to be sad. Because it's like, again, is there a way to know what you're in the good old days when they're happening, Emily? Because I know these are the good old days for them because they all die before they turn 40. So they don't have much time to fit anything else in.
No. Yeah. Their clocks will clicking.
Yeah. For Lily and James, they only have 1, 2, 3, 4 more years. That's horrible. So do we have any predictions for the next section?
So my prediction, I wrote this before I read the last chapter that we read. So I don't know if I believe it is true as much, but I think that James will find out about Remus and Sirius, and I think it'll be like a surprise. Like he'll catch them. I just think it'd be fun. I think it'd be like a good, fun moment.
I think it would be too. And I think maybe there's still a chance that would happen because Sirius isn't really good at like having those conversations. Yeah. So I could see where he just kicks it down the can, and then like they're getting more and more brazen, like sleeping in each other's bed, not sneaking back to their own rooms, their own bed. So I mean, it's going to happen. I feel like somebody's going to find out at some point.
They like charmed the curtains closed. Like James like tried to like pull the curtains on Sirius's bed while Remus was in there, and I was like stressed for them.
Yeah.
I was like, you guys got to get it together.
Oh, I would have just like, because we know James is a hashtag ally. I feel like
he'll be fine.
It would be funny. I hope it happens.
Yes,
I didn't think about
funny.
that either, but like now that you put that in there, I want it to happen. Mm-hmm. My prediction, as I mentioned, how are you going to amp up the threat of the war when the bombs are happening at your feet? I think it will become personal. I think somewhere along the lines, they're going to do something in Dumbledore's army. And Voldemort's going to be like, yes. I mean, we know it gets personal for James and Lily at some point, but like before then, it has to have like the danger is more abstract. Like it's dangerous, but it's like you said, it's happening around them, not to them. Mm-hmm. So I think that's the next way to up the ante in this section.
I think, that and also in the relationship, obviously goes bad, but I feel like it'll go bad for like regular human reasons first.
Okay.
I think because you're already kind of seeing it. Sirius is not happy with like the amount of attention Remus is giving him. He's not giving him enough, he feels.
Oh, okay.
Because where you have to be a secret, and that was on you.
Right.
So I think they're gonna, and they just don't maybe seem like they're not maybe good for each other.
Yeah, it's definitely like they are very bonded, right? And they're very like they like each other a lot, but is it like would they be good for each other in the long run?
Mm-hmm. They don't seem to communicate very well. And are they going to hold up under the stress of a war?
How could you? Well, we will find out in episode 5 of our summer book club. And that is where we're going to be reading chapters 125 to 155.
Ish.
That's the section. Yeah, depending on where we forget.
155 is pretty easy number to remember, so hopefully.
Yes. Yeah, the 3s and the 2s. That was like, huh? And this will be interesting because maybe it'll shed light onto what happens with the war. So maybe our questions will be answered. In typical All the Young Dudes fashion, whenever we talk about something, it is pretty much addressed in the next section. So Miss King Bean 89 sets us up and then she knocks it down. Okay. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a rating and review wherever you get your podcast. As always, you can send us a email at shiphappenssisters@gmail.com. We've gotten some correspondence lately. It's always nice to hear from folks. And we will be returning to looking at individual ships in the future. We might be playing with format a little bit because we are enjoying reading fanfic so much. We want to make sure it has a more front seat when we get back into covering those ships. But we will be back, so we need ideas. Please. We want to know what people care about instead of just us trying to like guess based on what's popular. So please send us your ships. If they're spooky, the better because we'll be coming back. It'll be fall. It'll be spooky season. It's our favorite time of year. Okay. that's it for us this week. You can catch us right back here, same bat channel, same bat time. In 2 weeks.
Rat time.
Rat time. Oh yeah,
like Peter.
Gotta watch out for that.
Deer time or dog time or werewolf time. Didn't work.
Wolf time. Same wolf time, safe wolf channel. Because you know that we're in deep shit.